Alright. Welcome to another episode of Sleazy TV. Huh?
Okay.
Here's your gift right there. You know what I'm saying? How we do.
Done. I got a little done. All right.
You know, I be turning them up. Take notes, y'all.
Let's get it started. All right. All right.
You know that I know you, so, introduce yourself to the SleazeGanG.
The world don't know? What's good? It's your girl Solo Charm in the building. Represent Brooklyn, of course. Shout out to the 90s. And I'm locked in. It's time to get you locked in too. Sleazy TV style. Let's go.
Hey. All right, let's talk about Charm Approved.
Whew, my baby. That started a while back. Like, I gotta honestly say, all right, so Charm Approved really started about probably like 3-4 years ago, officially. But the vision for it happened in like 2016. Around that time, like 2016, 15.
You always just been nosy. You always just been in people's business.
No, yes and no. I just always been around, but I was never looking for the business. But really, what it was, it started with the element of radio, like being in the mix and being in parties and everything like that. Getting to know people, dealing with different personalities, and becoming accustomed to it. It was just more so, okay, this is fun, but what do I do with it? Because the club scene was kind of dying down.
Never. You talking about? Shout out to the promoters out there.
The real promoters.
You know
Cheers to y'all. The ones who put flyers on the cars.
You know how we do.
The ones who had to earn their keep. Shout out to y'all.
What
but
you saying?
I gotta say, really for me, DJ Big Cat put the radio idea in my head. Like, I was speaking to him one day, and literally he was like, "Yo, you should do radio. You got the voice for this, da da da." And I'm like, "I don't want to hear me talk. I don't got no damn voice for this." And he was like, "No, I'm serious. You got it." And he was telling me, he was going to prep me to go to Atlanta and go do the show he had out there. Shout out to Alcatraz, everything like that. But unfortunately, he passed away. A few months later, I got an offer at DTF Radio.
Rest in peace to bro.
Yeah, shout out to DJ Uncle Tone. Shout out to Giovanni Bats, all my guys over there. And they present the opportunity to me, and it's just been up from there.
Shout out to DTF Radio. I get a lot of love up there for years. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
I miss
Brooklyn
it.
Down. I ain't gonna lie.
It gave a lot of underground artists their way. Like, a lot of people don't know. Like, I bought Fabio to DTF Radio. Had a great time. Lola Brooke was on some shows on DTF Radio. A lot of artists definitely got their shine there because it was the underground sound, especially for Brooklyn and Queens. That's where we went to. Because I think the other one was DSN or something like that. They was all the way in the Bronx.
Shout out to DSN Radio in the Bronx. I got a lot of love up there too.
That was a ways to go. So people just was like, yeah, it's either we gonna go there or we gonna go to DTF.
Shout out to Yak Radio.
Yeah.
15 Minutes of Fame.
Listen.
Shout out, there's a lot of things that was out there.
Extreme FM. It was a time during them periods. Like, people was really doing entrepreneurship and their voices were starting to be heard, and people really had visions and they went full charge with it. So after a while, it was kind of like, okay, I'm under everybody else's banner. I'm doing DTF Radio. I'm doing this show here, helping somebody assist. I'm helping people do this. Like, when do I get my own?
Now, using staple in that, like, if you making your moves in the underground scene, especially in New York City, you're going to bump into you.
That's a fact. I tell people all the time, you can always try to go around, but you always gonna have to go through. Like, you're gonna always have to come back to me. You can burn a bridge if you want to. You're always gonna come back to me.
You're gonna always bump into Snap.
That's a fact. All the time. All the time.
There's certain people you're gonna bump into if you're making moves out here. You know what I mean? Shout out to my man Shampoo. You're gonna bump into Shampoo.
Ooh, you saying some names. Cheers to them.
Come on,
saying some
you gotta
names.
know what's going on out here. Underground. You know we fuck with the music for real, for real.
That's a fact. And then the other thing is like, I saw so many people that didn't get the opportunities. Like, some talented people that nobody would listen to. And I'm like, damn.
Who some people you was linked to?
At the time?
At the time now. Let them know. Like talk, come on, stop playing with them.
Listen, I'm humbled about it. I'm not cocky. I'm not arrogant. I don't do all of that.
It.
All right.
My DMs is going crazy. I'm like, Chums, I'm like, everybody know.
No, easy on the DMs. Don't do that. But, when I first came in with the street ties that I had, I was affiliated to a lot of people that were like movers and shakers.
Okay.
That got to bags and made performers like come out and perform. Like, I used to be in Pure Players, Future Moguls, Cloud9 ENT. So we had the buzz in the city. So it was like, if you didn't know certain names, you really didn't need to be in the city. Like, even if you were a big time artist person or any industry level person, if you didn't know the people that was in the streets, you didn't need to be in these streets. You didn't need to be in these clubs. You wasn't getting no passes. You had to go through all of us to get there.
For sure. So that's why your media platform it's stamped, especially out here for sure.
Oh,
Especially with
thank
people that
you.
been moving. So nah.
It ain't easy. I'll tell you that. It's not easy. I done revamped, and revamped again. And I'm about to revamp again. Like,
Okay. Who's some of your influencer, like TMZ or some shit, or Shade Room?
oh man.
The T. Let's talk about it. Like
The people for me. Angie Martinez, hands down, one of them. I remember being a kid, and it's gonna tell my age, but
I had a poster. I had a poster on my wall.
I got the poster from her first album on my wall, and she signed it at B
I wanted to
Street.
touch. I ain't gonna lie, no disrespect. You feel me, sleazy?
Wow.
Nah, for sure.
Definitely
What?
sleazy. Definitely.
Angie Ma.
Yeah, and the thing about it was,
we know what's going on. I mean,
listen, I used to tape the show with her and Monse at 3 p.m. all the way until like I think 6 or 7 when Flux would come on, and I had to tape, press down the button, record the whole thing just to listen to it the next day in case I missed something. Or it would just be, I don't know, it was just that freedom of hearing them, like Miss Info and Star and Buck Wild. And even though
she was talking sleazy too on her album.
Yeah.
It's not
very much so. She put a lot of things in check, but it was like, to me, that was the woman empowerment.
She was fucking with Common at the time, no?
Oh, no.
You know who she was fucking with?
See, you being mixy. I think it was Nokio from Drew Hill, because that's her child's father.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that's
outside
why
of
they go
it,
to you for the tea. They can't come. They come here for the sleeves. They go to you for the tea. Yeah,
I gotta keep it classy, keep it cute. Like, I have my boundaries on certain things I ain't gonna do. I gotta be respectful.
So we can't talk about Pap and Remy.
I got flagged for talking about Pap and Remy.
Okay,
but I mean, if we gonna talk about it, we can talk about it.
Okay.
The thing I feel with that is, like, we don't know what happened in their household. One, people gotta mind their business. We don't know what happened in their household.
We just talking about what they put out there.
Yeah, and Rem is a savage. Like, something happened where she got to that point, like, fuck it, I'm tired of niggas playing with my name, so now we're gonna expose everything.
Okay.
Like, people love doing shit, and then when it's done back to them, vice versa, whichever situation that is with them. But in general,
you more mature now.
They don't like
grown.
Yeah, I'm mature now.
Did you ever move like that at one point?
Like to put niggas on blast?
Nah, like just like she could have easily broke up with bro, then started moving how she moved. But she did how she did it. Not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying.
I feel like, again, like I said.
Did you ever do that before? I'm saying that's the question though.
Do what?
She was in a relationship, but still was like, I'm gonna step out even though I'm leaving.
Nah. That's not my thing.
Okay.
I'm very much so, like, it takes so much for me to get to the point to like somebody, to want to be with them. I can't even see myself going and dabbling outside of it. Because it's like, what the hell did I give the pedestal for?
Before you piece them out. Yeah.
It's like, I give the one and say, like, okay, I'm telling you, I'm Legos. Like, I remember one person, I told him to stop disappearing, because he had this thing like disappearing for weeks at a time. I was like, yo, stop doing that. Like, you got me worried. I don't know if you alive, you dead, whatever it is, because you doing what you do in the streets. Third time, all right, nigga, told you, gone.
You disappeared.
I disappeared.
You put a hem on him.
Definitely did. And then popped up at a club and he tried to show his ass and have a Remy moment. And I was like, nah, you ain't gonna do that. Other things ensued after that. I'm not gonna go into that. That's alleged, but yeah.
Okay, so Pap and Remy, they good. In your book, they just going on.
I think there's a lot of love there. It just may be a lot of strain there. Because the conversation I was having on live was, we always credit women when they hold niggas down in jail. And I get it. It's a thing. But the realistic term is, we don't know what the situation is or the settings for it. Like, somebody doing a 7 or 8 year bid, you have to have real conversations with them. Like, listen, I'm gonna come visit you, hold down the books, do all the stuff like that, but I am gonna take care of some needs out here. Like, I know one person.
She held it down though.
Nah, he definitely held it down for her. He definitely did. But we don't know what he dabbled in while they was there, you feel me? Because from what I understand, they got married over the phone. And then later on, they had the real marriage.
Okay.
So we don't know if that really was constituting for them as a real marriage. We don't know what the situation is at hand. But what I feel is, like, whatever's done in your house, when it comes out of shit like that, it kind of got to be in the house. Like, blasting Shorty online was crazy. But what I will say, too, is that they're married. So the mashed potatoes and macaroni and cheese got to be quiet on this. So Easy need to stop. And Clarissa need to stop. Because they're married.
He was quiet for so long.
They're married. Like, think about it. Not trying to be funny and put nobody family on blast.
To my son Easy too.
How many of our parents or grandparents had kids out of wedlock? But you don't know the tea or the business.
Just came out, so we don't really know.
Listen, I'm just saying, you don't know the business.
We weren't social media.
That's very true. But still, the key factor was you didn't know the business. Even if somebody knew in the town that wasn't their kid, they had enough respect for that person and their family not to go around blabbing about that in the towns. Now it's more so like everything has to be out there and posted. It's almost a safe face.
But he didn't put the business out. They did.
Listen, other people did put the business out because it started with a punch. But from what I'm understanding too, this has been going on for years apparently. He already knew. And it may just be a situation where it's cheaper to keep her. Who knows? Or cheaper to keep him. I don't know. Maybe one of those. But when it comes down to certain things, you just got to mind your business.
You ever like dealt with somebody that was locked up?
Yes.
Had to take a trip up there, hold them down. How was that? Like, talk about it.
For me,
take a sip, because shout out to the ones that do that. You know what I mean? Shout out to my son Pat for really holding her down. Or if he did it, he did it. I don't know why I go on, but fuck it. I'd have been out. I ain't gonna lie.
That's the one. Niggas don't do that. That's a fact. Niggas don't do that. And that's why he does get the accolades that he does. Like, I would never take that from him. He did what real men are supposed to do, which is hold their significant other down through all course.
So he met her in jail.
No, they were dating before jail.
I heard about him while she was locked up. I don't know.
Yeah, they was dating before that though. It just they got married. I think they was only a few months in actually when she got locked up.
Exactly. Then she went to go do a bid. Yo,
you asked me,
got shit to do.
She like 10
It could be that, but I feel like sometimes too, it's like that show and prove. Like when you get with somebody, you feel like you got to show them something or prove something to them, and sometimes it's like proving it to yourself.
Yeah. So how was that? How was that like?
Realistically,
how was your first trip?
Was
you cursing him out in your head like this? You talking
about the first trip I took to visit in a jail or that situation?
Visit. Whatever you want to talk about. My fault. I ain't
first
gonna do
situation.
That to you. Whatever you want to do.
First time I ever went to visit anybody in jail, it honestly was my uncle. He was in the feds. And I was a kid and I didn't understand it.
Salute to bro.
So I was terrified. I was terrified because I didn't know what I was walking into and why these people had guns, because it was down south, so they got guns. I don't know why the guards got guns. I don't know why we got to put stuff in lockers. I don't know why he can't be next to me for long periods of time, stuff like that. It didn't really resonate with me at that time. But when I got older and I did the visit, I went to go see one of my friends and I cried. I ain't gonna lie to you, I cried.
Okay.
I cried and I had the wrong shirt on. Will State, I had like a white beat or something on. The lady was like, you know they're not gonna let you in with that, right? And I had to be like 20.
That was the
19.
right shirt for bro. He appreciated that.
Listen, it was my first time going. I went with his mom. I didn't know. And I got there and she was like, they're not gonna let you in, sweetie. And I'm like, I just came all the way from New York. I came all the way from Brooklyn. Now they gotta let me in here. And she's like, I got a shirt in the car. You
turned up on that lady. You really did that?
I didn't turn up on a lady. I'm just saying, I was ready to cry because what I'm gonna do while y'all in the jail? What am I gonna do? Sit outside in the grass? What am I gonna do? I came with his mom. So, and we took the van up there. You already know the van drop you. It leaves. You're there by yourself. You wait there for your good little 5-6 hours. You come back. The van's supposed to be there. That's it. So what was I supposed to do? I had to adapt and get with it. But the reason why I cried is like speaking to my friend. I was like, damn. It was the end of the visit that made me cry. Because the whole visit, I was just trying to cheer him up and give him like that morale that he needs because he's about to do a 10 and you really in here and we kids basically. And I'm like, damn, when it was time to leave, I'm like, damn, I can't take my bro home with me. Like I really started crying. He's like, yo, don't cry. I don't need you to cry. You cannot cry. You're gonna make me cry, sis, da, da, da. And I'm like, nah, it's real. Like it's really real. You're not coming home for a minute. Like, and I had to really get my mindset to the point of, I'm just visiting. Make myself numb to it.
Okay. You started visiting him on a regular, or you just visited him that one time? Like this ain't regular.
That was bro, so of course I visited.
A couple of times.
Yeah, except when he got to a certain point with the jails, it was like, nah, that's too far.
Okay.
I wait till you come home. I can't go all the way up there.
I'll write you, email you or something.
It was no JPay at the time, so it was none of that.
Okay.
It was like, I'll take the call. If you catch me, you catch me. Hopefully somebody threw away that call, but